Okay, I'm gonna just make this little short video, a quick little update on Smackdown. So, supposedly Smackdown was gonna go back to 2 hours in June, but nope, they said the USA Network is happy with Smackdown and they're gonna remain 3 hours. Now, how come you had the worst viewership numbers for the past month? And even, in the past, their viewership was dropping and they want to remain 3 hours. Well, if you think about it, what else are they going to put up there? You know, I'm guessing the USA Network, like, well, look, just stay at 3 hours because what else are we going to put in that little 1 hour time spot? You know, WWE does get, a lot of sponsorships, ads, and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's 1 hour, but the viewership is declining. But the viewership is still a lot of views. But as as a WWE fan, you're going to make the fans die out faster because you're not giving them great stories to look forward to for 3 hours. I really do think staying at 3 hours is gonna burn out the viewer because you have to sit through Raw and really get through Raw and be like, oh my god, I can't believe I sat through that. Then you get the SmackDown and it's the same thing. Now SmackDown is only about 10 to 25% better than Raw right now. And they're not even utilizing Roman and Cody and stuff like that on a daily. But it has to get better. It seems like Triple H is running out of ideas with making these triple threats, and it's it's very hard to really talk about wrestling in this fashion. But 3 hour SmackDown, you could get through a 2 hour SmackDown probably with no problem. It could probably feel more like a ending to a good show. But when you have to sit there for 3 hours and watch, you know, 2.5 hours of ads, like godly. But no, do I think this the right decision? I would only think that this decision would be good if Triple H was giving us entertainment, like some good quality entertainment. But he's not. Unless Triple H and the creative team actually start doing a better job, this decision is going to come back to bite them. And more people are going to start tuning in to AEW. I've noticed an uptick in a lot of AEW fans. You know, if AEW gets that fire lit under them, you know, it might be an actual war. It's not going to be AEW versus NXT anymore. I think we're past that. We're really getting past that. But, I just want to say SmackDown staying at 3 hours, I don't think that was the right decision. Triple H did not prove that he could actually keep up creative, compelling storylines last year and even the beginning of this year. So I would have went to the 2 hours, gave some, even if he gave some mid shows that were just 2 hours, it would have felt great. But Hopefully 2025 and the rest of the year plays out good, and we, get some justification for a 3-hour SmackDown. But that's it. I also have some videos coming up. A rumor I heard, WrestleMania 42 is going to have the exact same set, which is wild. I'm going to talk about that on my next video. I might just wait one more day to try to get some clarification on that. I was actually reading that article while I was at work, and I wanted to see if it had some more validity to it. Because that would be wild if they go back to Las Vegas and use the exact same set. It sounds crazy, but it's also something that, WWE would pull off under the Triple H TKO era. You know, they'll probably charge more for the same actual ticket prices and set that they used last year. It's wild, but I'm gonna get some more clarification on that. Peace out.